Today we will unveil one of the most difficult to catch, difficult to break down, rhythm guitar parts by John Lennon. John's ability to create incredible guitar riffs and amazing rhythm guitar parts that glue together the whole arrangement of the Beatles song and play them with incredible precision is stunning. His talent was so huge, and this is very underrated, very little considered. That he not only created those parts, he was so clever to continuously vary them, change them throughout the song in order to continuously catch the listener attention. We are talking about pure genius here, and the part we are going through today is a mysterious part that is buried in the groove of one of his most amazing composition and one of my favorite ever song, the rhythm guitar hidden in Ticket to Ride. Now we will go through the other instruments that play in Ticket to Ride in a different video because they are very interesting under the arrangement point of view. But John guitar is the one that glues the whole picture together. Let's dig directly into this. So the guitar we are going to use is a Rickenbacker 325. If you have one of these guitars and you are using lower gauge strings, just like 010 for example, you might have experienced the guitar going out of tune pretty easily, okay? So at the end of this video you will find a hint on how to modify your guitar, the same that I did here, in order to keep it much more in tune. This will be gold for the Rickenbacker 325 owners. For this specific video I use one of these pyramid nickel-plated electric guitar light set. It's a 010 046. These are strings that are still built the old way in Germany, and I found myself very well when it's up to recreate the original Beatles tone, especially the first period. The pickup we are going to use is this one, the bridge one, so the selector switch of the pickups is in the down position. Where do we strum? We strum very near to the bridge, so my suggestion is that you put your wrist, you rest your wrist on the Bixby tremolo or here around the tailpiece if you have another version, and then you strum over the bridge pickup. Let's start with the verse. What John plays in the verse are different variations of the same thing. That starts from a very simple version to a much more articulated one. So we have the riff starting by George with a 12 strings guitar, the Rickenbacker 360-12. And after that we have John starting with this. This is basically an A played here with your index finger, and then a B minor played on the first 4 strings up by strumming up. A and B minor. Another version of the strumming that he uses is includes another downward movement. You see that I am mainly playing the first 4 strings, okay? The most complex figure that he uses in the verse, and this is what makes the song interesting, is this one. This is what he plays, and this is played in a very specific way because you have to strum some strings and not others. The first 2 strumming are on the A and on the B minor by touching only the second, the third and the 4th strings, this way. And then you strum up by starting from the high E string, the first one. So. and then again upward strumming with open second, third and fourth. So it's an open G. This way. Something very important here is that John played those parts by changing them pretty everywhere in the song. And I would really like you to get inspired by that, in a way that you can enter the creative process that the Beatles use creating their parts, creating their guitar parts and bass parts. There are no such a verse identical to the other, there are no such a middle age identical to the other. Then when it comes to the part that goes into the F sharp minor, like, she's gonna take it to rhyme, things changes a bit, all the rest of the guitars dry out and there's just John right there with this very bright sound, and this is what he plays. The pression that I put on the strumming seems to be high, but it's not. It's kind of very light. And this is what it plays. There is a F sharp minor, and when it passes to the D, before passing to the D, he releases all the open strings. Okay, so and again, when he passes from the D back to the F sharp minor, he releases this open string. Okay, so then he stops immediately after the last strumming on the F sharp, and then he goes to a G major 7, and then again F sharp minor, open strings, E, there is this blues lick, and again to the verse. Okay, and then there is the part that goes, I don't know why she's riding so hard, and this one goes like this. I play this one for you and then I will explain, but it's kind of simple, simpler than the other ones. So kind of simple. A D, the strumming changes in the middle. When it passes from the D to the E, there is a open strumming. Okay. You can add the blues thing here or not, you decide. And then again. And then the last E, you pluck it a little slower, just like this. And then there is Paul doing. Okay, and then the Q. The Q shows again Lennon's creativity and ability to build up a different musical environment, a different mood, and change the mood of a song. The part goes like this. Of course, this part as well goes through different variations that he plays, but mainly the figure is this one. Remember always to play mostly on the first 4 strings, okay? You see that when I play the A chord, I am almost always muting with my finger here the high E string. Okay, and this was the last part. So this arrangement, I encourage you to play this one and experiment with the different variation that John used. He had this ability to adapt his style to the specific part of the song. Okay, that was the greatness of John in his playing. So if you own one of these Rickenbacker 325 guitars, which are very, very short scale, and you are using lower gauge strings, just like 010 for example, you might have experienced the guitar going out of tune pretty easily, okay? Of course, original Rickenbacker guitars have very good tuning machine, and this will help you, okay? But this kind of modification will furthermore improve the tuning stability of the instrument. First thing, inspect your nut. If you see that the strings are really sunken deep into the nut, just like this, okay, so the slot where the strings are inserted is very low, you will have to take the guitar to a guitar doctor and ask him to remove the excess of the top of the nut in order for the strings to be flush with the top of the nut, just like this. So the strings are just right inserted into the slots like this, okay? The three highest strings are totally sunken at the same level of the top, and this lower string can be just a little bit over the top of the nut, just a little bit, okay? You can see how the modification applies to the nut of this specific guitar. You see that the strings are really, really flush over the nut top. So thanks a lot for staying with me until here for this video. I really hope that you have learned something new and something important for your Beatles skills and Beatles growth. Hit the bell button. There must be somewhere some kind of bell button to hit to get notified. Leave me your comments below, of course, and support the channel if you like the content. See you next time for some new vocals, arrangement, harmony, just like Anna, Lovely Rita, I Have Good Day Sunshine already done. And also I would like to go through some bass parts next time. Okay, so see you next time. Thanks for staying with me. Ciao.